Hi guys, I'm Dan McGowan, Muay Thai World Champion. The drills today that we're going to go through are countering against a Southpaw fighter. And drill number 1 is against Same, who is very kick heavy with the left leg. So as you can see, I'm going to be doing the cross block, push kick in the leg, and then leaning back, so evading the kick, using the sweep at the end to counter. So number 1, you can see I'm putting a lot of pressure on the back leg and keeping the left leg, so my front leg, very, very light off the ground. So I'm ready to pick up the check, so the cross block. So again, as you can see, very light on the foot, so the cross block can come up nice and quick to block that kick. Also, with the light front foot means that I can teep my opponent's front leg as well. And again, pushing him off balance and stopping his effectiveness with that left kick. In the fight, you can kind of see that there's a pattern going. So again, like I said, Same is a very kick-heavy fighter, so I'm going to read that. So sometimes I'm going to block, sometimes I'm going to teep the leg, and sometimes I'm going to evade. So in the third one, I'm going to lean back, and then at this point, I can then sweep the leg, sweep him off balance, which is a very high-scoring Muay Thai technique. It looks very good to the judges, and it's also crowd-friendly as well. The crowd always love that. So now I'm going to break down some of these defensive techniques. So now Same is moving into blocking and countering me. So obviously Same is a southpaw, so he's actually now defending against an orthodox fighter. So as you can see, he's putting a lot of weight on the back leg, especially when he's checking that kick. So when he's bringing up that cross block, he sits back onto the back leg, so he's got a nice stance and a nice base. If you're not strong on that back leg, then you're going to get kicked off of balance still, so your block would be ineffective. So again, put a little bit more pressure on the back leg, so the left leg can come up nice and easy. Using more of a clever Muay Thai style, so you don't always have to go forward, rushing and trying to attack your opponent. You can actually win fights on the back foot very well as well and be very effective. You see this a lot in high level Muay Thai matches. So sometimes a Muay Thai fighter would take the back foot just to counter against his opponent and make them look like they're less effective. The second technique is the push kick to the leg. So again, as you can see, a little bit more pressure on the back leg, leaving your front leg nice and light on the floor, so then you can get a nice push kick to the leg. As you can see, times it just as I'm about to throw the kick. You don't want to time this one too late, because if you do it too late, you're still going to receive the kick. So you've got to time it just as you see me step, boom, you've got to push to kick that leg. The third technique now is the leaning back, so you're evading your opponent's strong kick. So again, you've got to step back onto your back leg. If you don't step and lean at the same time, you're still going to, again, get hit with that kick. So you must step back with that back leg to lean back effectively. And then you've got to step back in to get that sweep off. So here is cross block, push kick the leg, and now as you see, he steps back and leans, boom, and then cuts the distance again, stepping in and taking both legs away, scoring very well with that sweep. So in this drill, you're going to be seeing me moving forward, kicking and attacking with my kick more. So what I want is to get into a kicking game with Same. So I want to kick, he's going to block and kick back. So kind of, I'm waiting for his counter all the time. If he doesn't counter, then this technique won't work. So it's important to focus on where to look when you're doing this. So if I've noticed Same's blocking my kick but kicking back all the time, I know this because as soon as he blocks, he puts that left leg back and he's about to reload with the kick. So I'm going to be looking at his upper body to see where his shoulders are moving and kind of scanning his upper body to his hips. So I know I can see when the kicks come in. You see a lot of Muay Thai fighters, especially two good kickers, they'll be kick for kick, trying to up the points on the scorecards. So this is where you can really change the game and go ahead on the scorecards really, really well. It's important as well, guys, when you're doing this sweep, you've got to step across your opponent still. And this is why it works so well, Southpaw v Orthodox or Orthodox against Southpaw, because they can take their lead leg across your opponent's body and then take that supporting leg as the kick's about to come. When you're doing this sweep counter, guys, the point of contact you want to be hitting is just above the ankle. Again, you can wrap your foot around that supported leg and then take his feet away from it. So again, right under the ankle, as low as possible, and then take that leg away. So in this drill, we're going to be defending against a knee fighter, also known as a Muay cow for the Muay Thai purists out there. As you can see as well, guys, because it's Southpaw v Orthodox, we're getting into this tap-in exchange with our hands. So my front hand and his front hand. And this kind of gauges range as well. So as soon as I'm tapping his hands, I know he can attack me and I can attack him. But now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for him to step forward. As soon as I see him step forward at that right leg, I know he's going to throw the left knee. So now what it does, controlling the hands, it gives me a lot more control on when I can sweep. So we call it the long guard. So I've got the long guard out, it keeps me covered, but he can actually use the cross block as well to cover the knee, as you can see there, and it kind of hits the thigh. And again, that will hurt the opponent as well, because the shin's going to be hitting right on their thigh, so giving them a dead leg. So we've cross blocked against the knee. Now I want to show you the sweep against the knee. So the perfect time to sweep is when I step and I'll go onto my tiptoes. As you can see, Same does it perfectly there. So as soon as I step and go onto my tiptoes to drive the knee in is when I'm going to be getting sweeped. So as you see again, you get a perfect sweep then. And again, the point of contact, you want to go above the ankle just slightly. So again, as low as possible to get a good sweep.